Since my initial encounter and the time that has since passed, many things have occurred to change my life and many of lives around the world. One of those things is the proof and existence of extraterrestrial life. Even science now is embracing the ideas that many of the things in the past that we only thought were science fiction are now actually true. With the discovery of quantum physics and the string theory, we're now using new tools to evaluate many ideas that we only thought were mysteries of the phenomena. Now we believe that there are issues that many people who have had contact and science are coming together for the first time to understand new developments and changes within our own Earth, within our own lives. Some of those changes that have affected many of us who have had contact are things like the compression of time. Time and space are relatively new terms to the new science. We have learned that dimension and space are literally one thing. There has been a compression on our Earth that has basically transcended into the reality that time and humans and all of life are under this pressure, this new development of pressure, which is causing a disruption of our normal patterns, including animal life, plant life, and also human life. Now, how can we recognize these things? If you listen to the news, both national, international, in any country of the world, you can realize that our children have been affected by many of these pressures that are now being imposed on the Earth. Part of these pressures are through what science is now saying is the universal compression of dimension. That possibly the Earth is going through a transformation or an evolution. And that maybe we have been shown the way, actually the date, that this transformation is about to happen. In many cultures, the Mayan, the Inca, the Aztecs, as well as the Hopi, Indians, and Egyptians, all pointed to a date and a time, the year 2012. Science is now embracing the idea that there, in fact, is an event that is about to take place that will affect our Earth and our space within our solar system and within our universe. Science is now also telling us that there are many universes, not just one, and that maybe they are all forcing themselves together to make an evolution. Maybe two will become one. And maybe the year that this will happen is 2012. Now, we're not exactly sure of many of these things. Like I said, science is now embracing some of the phenomena that just shortly in the past we only recognized as the mystery of this subject. But many people who have contact are now being told extra information. This extra information is about this event and how mankind will be affected. That maybe we will go to a higher dimension, that our consciousness will be expanded, and that we will live a more etherical life, a more spiritual life. That we are all beings of energy, and that the energy will transcend us and all life forms to this new space, both in time and dimension. That it is not necessarily an end of this life, but an expansion of what we now know is of life. And hopefully this transition will be painless. Now, if you look at the Bible, if you study the books of Muhammad, they all talk of the possibility of revelation and the end days, the transformation that could and will happen. They talk about Armageddon. Well, maybe this Armageddon is exactly what we are now facing. And if we embrace this, instead of having fear for it, we much possibly could have a more gentle transition. My feeling is that the extraterrestrial information that many of us are now receiving on a much more regular basis has to do with this natural, universal event that is about to take place. They are also telling us, and many are saying this around the world, that maybe the extraterrestrial life or extra-dimensional life is in actuality coming from our future. Now, I know this is difficult to understand, but if we think for a moment that we have been visited for thousands and thousands of years, and we have been given messages throughout the centuries, throughout hundreds of centuries, that things are changing and we need to embrace each other and find the harmony in life and in our society to make a more natural transition. Now, I am not supporting any one religion. I am simply stating what everyone is now being told, that through a normal and natural process, we may be encountering the start of this natural evolution. We are also being told that there is a possibility that man himself can disrupt this natural process. Now, through the use of nuclear energy, we know that this sends a shock wave throughout the universe. Many scientists now believe that it also sends a shock wave through dimension and time as well, possibly amplifying it as it continues to go out through the universe, through our universe, and possibly to others as well. Many people now believe that the extraterrestrials coming from our future have come here to study our history, not to save mankind, but to try to protect the natural process of this evolutionary change. The Earth is like the bow of a ship. It is at the point of the beginning of this process. And extraterrestrial life, whoever supports our planet, whoever stands at the bow of this ship, stands possibly in a better position to accept this transformation. In other words, it not only affects our world, but it affects all of us and all of life who is around this point in time and dimension when it occurs. I want to thank all of those who have helped me, who have supported other people like me, who have tried to come forward and give little bits of information as we learn more about this. I certainly don't have all the answers, but I will continue to look and find as much information as I can, supporting all of you who have asked me to continue. I will fight against the suppression of information, those who only want to silence people like me, those who want to make people like us who have had contact feel like we are either insane or we have no right to speak about what has occurred in our lives, the changes that we have felt. I believe that change is a good thing. I believe that education is the best thing we can do for everyone, to give each other the opportunity to talk, to listen, to share ideas with our family, with our children, because the future is all about hope, promise, and the prosperity that we can give to each other if we would just take our time, relax, and learn to accept our differences and embrace our differences, whether it is through human interaction or extra-dimensional or extraterrestrial interaction. We just need to work together. I will continue to do my part, and again, I thank you for all those who have supported me all over the world. Thank you.